What's up guys and welcome back. Today we're talking about scams that customers commonly do to drivers. I've got 3 of them to run through on this video. Stick around, watch all 3. Which ones have you came across before? Yeah mate, I'll run through a couple of the tricks of trade for you. Maybe we'll learn a few things today, righto? The first one is the most common one. It is a tale as old as time. The classic. I did not get my delivery. So without running too deep into it, the basic breakdown is you leave food at a customer's place, 15-20 minutes later, they contact support and say, I did not get my food. Even in some cases as a driver, you've walked to their front door, you've knocked on their front door, you've handed them the food, they've stared you straight in the eyes and said, thank you. And you've said, you're welcome. Have a great day. And you've walked back to your car and completed the order and moved on with your day. Oi Daz, check this one out mate. You know that Macca's I just got? Yeah, check this. I'm gonna get free. Just call up support mate, so I never got it. Don't know what he's on about. Look that driver straight in his eyes and said, thank you, have a great day. And they still, at that point, will contact customer service and say, I've never got my food. It's so frustrating that they do that, because they're liars and thieves. Look, the face-to-face situation is less likely than the leave-at-door orders that we get. The most common way this comes through is the leave-at-door orders. Customers might leave delivery instructions saying something like leave around at the side door, or some very complex instructions and not come out of their unit or their house to give you a hand with any of it. Like, it's not that hard. Just get off your couch, come to the door, say hi. You're watching us like a hawk on the app the whole time. What customer support will do is they'll side with the customer immediately and they'll give them a credit. Customer's all happy. They're like, yeah, I got free food. And for those who haven't been through it before, that's where the process starts with the driver. Support's going to reach out. Depending on the platform, you'll get a contract violation or messages come through threatening deactivation. And at that point, you need to start responding back to support to explain your side of the story. Now, what these customers don't know that's in our favor is every single mile that we're driving in our car is being tracked by GPS, and they track us driving from the restaurant all the way to the customer's house. They can see that we've done it. Now, when a customer gets caught out for this fraud, and let's not lie about it, it's fraud, stealing from everyone. Stealing from the delivery platform, it's stealing from the restaurant. These companies do have some loss mitigation involved with it. They expect for this kind of stuff to happen. Unfortunately, it means they've got to factor their prices up just a little bit to cover it. So when people do fraud, raises the price for everyone else. Not cool. But for these customers who get caught out with it, their accounts get suspended and they don't get to use them credits anyway. So joke's on them. So if you think you're a genius out there, you're like, I'm going to just say the food's never being delivered. Your account's going to get deactivated fast and you may not even get to use them credits. So thank you for your business. Second common practice that customers do where they think they are really clever is tip baiting. Tip baiting is the process where a customer will be placing an order, and to try and get their order as quick as possible, what they'll do is they'll put a huge tip on the order that the driver can see. What I did to get my food really quick. So what you do is you put a huge tip on the order, right? Then once you get your food and the driver's rushed it over to you, it hasn't been sitting on a bench the whole day or anything like that. As soon as I got the food, he drives off, pull the tip away. Yeah, mate, it's big brain thinking. Strategy, mate, strategy. On most platforms, it's going to raise across the offer and drivers are going to rush to the restaurant to get this order and get it to the customer as quick as possible, prioritizing it potentially because of that large tip they see. For the customer, it also means that their order is not just going to sit on a restaurant table while every driver declines it because it's a lowball offer. Huge tip means they're going to run for it. Now, once the driver gets across to the customer's house, hand over the order and they're like, thank you so much, have a great day, and they're out of there, big smile on their face. Now that cheeky customer at this point, this is where they pull the old bait and switch. Once the driver's gone off and they've moved on to their next order, the customer's going to contact support or use the functionality in the app, depending on the platform, to remove the tip entirely. Meaning that driver's rushed out to the restaurant, they've got the food to the customer as fast as possible, and they get nothing more for it than base. They'll get a clawback on that tip. So that's tip baiting, giving a big tip across to a driver, then pulling it away as soon as they drive off, just so you can get your stuff a little bit quicker. Unfortunately for drivers, there's nothing we can do about it, so we got to kind of rely on the delivery platforms to figure out ways to manage this. The third trick that customers pull on drivers is reducing their delivery cost. How do they do this, you may ask? Well, the most easy way for these tricksters to do this, to drivers, is to say that the delivery location is at the restaurant. So if you're a driver and you're driving to the restaurant, you pick up the order and say collected, then you look at it and it says you've arrived at the destination and it's the restaurant, and within seconds you get a message coming through from the customer saying they want to update their address, or my address is this, or do you need my address? That's them trying to reduce their delivery cost by saying to the restaurant maybe the delivery cost was free, or maybe like $1 or $2. Whereas if they put in their actual address, it could be 20 minutes away and they might need to pay $6 or $7 delivery to get it out there. Yeah mate, what I do is I'm out in Laidley. No drivers out there, no restaurants, nothing close to me that does delivery driving. Lucky to have reception out there, let alone a delivery driver. So what I do is I say that I'm at the McDonald's in the Fortitude Valley in the middle of Brisbane City, and then once the driver gets there, I hit him with the old, oh mate, can you get it across to my address? When I say it's at the restaurant. And you know what? Half the time they spend that drive and get it out to me. Yeah, no, I don't know how much they get paid, not my problem. So that clever customer has gone and saved themselves a couple of dollars, and you as the driver are not going to get paid the extra to get it out there. A lot of these customers that do this, they've generally done it quite a few times. I can understand that some customers do make mistakes, but updating the address to the restaurant does take a couple of steps to do, and that is quite a difficult mistake to make. How many times in the past have the customers said they live at the restaurant and put it in and had them details saved? Like, come on. So the customer will be in the DMs, they'll be calling the driver, they'll be saying, this is my address, when are you coming, can you bring it to me, please bring me my food. They might even promise a tip. Lies. They never tip in these cases. If they wanted to give money, they would have paid for the delivery cost to get there. Unfortunately, a lot of drivers fall to this because they don't know the processes to follow through, or they think it's just easier to give in to the customer and be like, God damn it, let's get this delivery out of the way, I'll just get it to wherever they're at, I'll just move on to the next one, get on with my day. That's what these customers are banking on. Or even the worst case is these customers may be outside of delivery zones. So you might be looking at a 30-40 minute drive to get it out to them. And they are fully aware they cannot get food delivered. So they just log into the app, say they're at the restaurant's location, and try to get a driver to drive it out to where they live. Worst case scenario. Look, let's be real guys, if it's like a block away or something like that and it's no biggie, just do it. It's easier than waiting around for support on the phone. Otherwise, if it's the principle of the matter, or you're just not fairly compensated for that distance that you do need to go, contact across support and say, hey, this customer's giving me the wrong address. If you want to be really gritty with it and you're really not liking this customer's attitude at you, start the 5 or 8 minute timer, depending what app you're on. Say you're at the delivery address, you're at the restaurant, come get your food. But generally, if you contact across to support, that's the best way to go about it, and they'll tell you exactly what to do. Yeah, I just can't believe people can be so tight they just want to save like $2 or $3 off a delivery, maybe a couple more dollars than that, but it's like, come on. Really, come on. Just pay it, dude. Just pay it. Pay your delivery fee. You want service, you pay for service. Don't be a tight ass. Pay your delivery fee. Anyway, guys, that's the 3 most common scams customers are pulling over on drivers right now. If you had this happen to you, leave it below in the comments. Until next time, guys, peace out.
This is my turn.